So what's going on, fellas, man? We went through a Christmas, a New Year's. How was your holidays? Just checking in on y'all. I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. What's going on?
My shit was straight, man. Really, just with the kids and her ass. We was good. New Year's, like I had talked to you. We was at the little hotel room, but outside of that, shit, we been here with the kids and kicking and shit. You having just spend that quality time, the holiday time. Shit, what about you, Phil?
Shit, about the same. Really, one of them was gone. One of them was in Chicago for the holidays. So Christmas was kind of just blob with one kid, to be honest with you. But I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I done this. 44 times. I've been around the moon with this Christmas and New Year shit. So I didn't. It is what it is, man. They really make the holidays now. So
Yeah, it's about them being all happy and cheery and all that shit cool with me.
right.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Ever since I had kids, Christmas has kind of like reinvigorated my passion for the holiday season, I guess. So, just to kind of see their faces when they wake up Christmas morning, they can open up their gifts and stuff and just kind of be busy doing their own thing all day. So that's what I kind of look forward to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Eric, your screen kind of turned
We
black
I
on me.
know,
constantly been
went
trying to
off,
shrink
man.
Christmas. Yeah.
What about Christmas, Phil?
I said we've been trying to shrink Christmas for the last couple of years because we was really doing it big. I like 3 years ago, and we was just like I ain't trying to go into the new year with a bunch of new debt. So we just kind of been shrinking Christmas. The kids, the stuff that they get, it really, I ain't really spending a lot of money on them right now. They can get a lot of gifts, but it just be a lot of small stuff. So same with me and her. Like, we really just buy some little random things that we know we need for each other for the house. We don't try to do it too big no more. It's just it's just a waste. Most of the stuff that we buy the kids play with for 2 weeks and then it's over with. So
You
I
ain't
mean,
lying.
I don't know if women knows what it means to have a low key Christmas because that was our mindset before we even started Christmas shopping. And once we felt satisfied that okay, the girls have like enough stuff, and as the holiday was getting closer, like, well, you know what? I don't think that they got enough. I think we could probably get more. I was like, really? Are you kidding me? They got plenty of stuff.
yeah, I'll be like that. I'll be like that come Christmas Eve or the day, couple of the days up to leading up to Christmas. Like I could buy a little extra something, a little something, but I don't spend no money on it. It just be little random stuff, just so people have more,
Uh,
have more stuff to open. So that period of time that you open it stuff, what I'm saying, is a little bit longer. That's pretty much what Christmas to me is unwrapping gifts. If you ain't unwrapping nothing, you ain't really had no Christmas.
Hmm.
yeah, they did that shit like Christmas Eve at midnight. They all came downstairs. They opened up their shit, but Will work, Jayla work, Destiny work, so they was really buying a lot of shit,
Mhm.
Mm.
for
All
each
right.
other too. So that was
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, it's good though, man. Some traditions are worth keeping and trying and maintaining. It's just for us, it's just now we looking at what else can we be doing, what I'm saying, to really appreciate family time. So we probably be looking at like a vacation next Christmas or something like that. And just having
Okay.
maybe, one or two gifts to open, something like that. But
But just
Yeah.
going somewhere. Yeah, I
yeah,
know what
yeah,
you're
just
saying.
making it more monumental in terms of your memories. Because they ain't gonna remember these dumb toys and shit. That shit gonna be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. I watch
Mm.
like a lot of quirky stuff on YouTube, and I just happen to be watching some porch pirate type of videos, and I'm like, damn, it's like robbing season, literally throughout the whole Christmas holiday, where people just randomly just walk up to your door and just steal your packages. And like there was this guy, he's like a big like engineer tech guy. He has his own channel, and he pretty much kind of developed like some glitter bomb
Yeah.
boxes. So I thought that was kind of funny. But like for us, we pretty much do majority of our shopping between between Halloween and Thanksgiving. As
Mm.
far as get like the major stuff out the way, and then anything little we was to order on Amazon after Thanksgiving. I mean, if it gets taken, it's not a big deal because we already got the major expensive stuff prior to Thanksgiving. So we try to at least try to mitigate potential porch pirates. So yeah, so that's how we
Now,
do it.
do y'all have Amazon boxes in y'all neighborhood? Like the space places y'all can go to have Amazon send it to a locker?
Sure, it's an Amazon fresh store right down the street on 95th and Pulaski. So we can always get
Oh
stuff
yeah.
sent there. But in general, based on where my door is faced, like towards like a little busy street, I mean, I don't see many people possibly going up to my door stealing my shit. But
Hmm.
you can't never say never.
Right.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, shit. Fuck that. There's always somebody up in this motherfucker. So as soon as it pop up on the range, she'll call somebody. Will be like, "Hey, go get that package. 'Cause
oh
niggas still
yeah,
over here."
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's
Shit.
the benefits of having a ring.
Yeah.
So
Like I
anytime
said,
someone walks up to the door, you actually know who it is, or at least get a like a silhouette description of who's walking up to your door. So
Yeah.
that's beneficial. So, but yeah,
yeah,
man,
this
we
was.
we we had a we had a busy week as far as from the whole NFL standpoint. I was watching the game live, but I was at this sports bar and I was sitting at the bar at first, and then I transitioned over to a table. So while I'm transitioning to the table, that whole incident happened where Damar Hamlin had just passed out, and everybody just wondered like, "Hey, what happened?" But cause they never really showed the replay again. All they were just showing was just players just crying and just being all somber. So what y'all
Hmm.
feel about that whole situation, and do y'all think the NFL should change the way that they kind of like maybe make the game more safer? Because I don't think they can make any safer than what it is right now. So
They can't
that's
make it on safer, G.
yeah.
That's just some shit that just happened. That it could happen. Everybody know the shit could happen. And it's fucked up. It's unfortunate. It was unfortunate for a lot of shit. This Skip Bayless thing with Fox and with Shannon Sharp and everything, it's fucked up because I kind of agree with Skip, but the timing was so wrong. What he said was it just seemed insensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because you could look on them players' faces and tell something was wrong with that boy besides just being hurt. You know what I'm saying? It was like this shit was it was scary. But I also feel like I was listening to somebody last night, like, once we found out he was okay, and you want to say that, but even if he wasn't, I still felt that game should have been made up just because of the significance of the game.
Now, what if on his way to the hospital that his condition was starting to improve,
Then I think they would have played the game.
being that
If they would have
that was
reported
his
it,
unknown. You're right. That was an
right,
unknown throughout the whole night. As a matter of fact, we really didn't know until maybe 2 or 3 days later, as far as his condition improving.
right.
So,
I mean, it was
so
all
yeah,
facade. It was all facade because if it would have happened on the sideline, the game wouldn't have stopped. If we
being
wouldn't have seen it, the
If
game
we
wouldn't have
would have
stopped. So
seen it,
that
I don't think the game would have stopped. If
so
he,
it really didn't matter to in the context of things. It's just
well,
perception.
yeah,
and you saw it, right, and everybody saw how he fell down and this and that, and then, like I said, if he would have did it, maybe on the sideline, people they'd have been like, we don't know what happened, but the hospital. He went to the hospital, but like you said, field, it didn't happen on the field.
Right.
It would have been. I think they would have kept playing it too. But like I said, it
yeah,
was motherfucking damn near midfield. Everybody watching is like
Everybody watching.
shit,
hmm
Right.
and everybody's watching that game that night. It was a big game, so it's like shit. You couldn't hide it. And then when like they said when they had to do the CPR on them, it was like oh shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And we always talk that like I saw them yesterday and said just thinking the doctors and the first responders, G, they'll do that CPR, nigga. He gone. You know what I'm saying? And if they do it late, the oxygen go to his brain. He gone anyway. So it's
Right.
like they did everything right. That's the thing when you think about it. It's like we be nervous sometimes, look at certain shit, and I'm like, dude, they was there on the spot, Johnny on the spot, even waiting on the ambulance and shit. and that was good. I mean, cause like I said, no, it wasn't us, our group. I had to text this other group with Michael Jackson, and then I was just like, I love football so much, but that really hurt to see that boy like that, knowing he only 24. His mother was at the game, and the way everybody was looking, it was like, damn, this don't look good, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy for him.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
I for some reason, I wish they could just push everything back a week just so this game could have got in. Though.
Yeah, that's the only drawback from this whole situation as far as them not counting the game because they could have moved everything back 1 week,
I
knowing
felt so.
knowing that they got that
Extra
bye
week,
week
that
between the
extra week.
championship game and the Super Bowl. So
Right.
now this whole postseason may be an asterisk as far as from the AFC standpoint.
Yeah.
So, but
So I
yeah.
mean, as far as making football safer, it ain't really nothing that can be done to make football safer.
I mean, right, right, of
Nah.
course, but like you got
They
you got
doing the
TV,
best. Yeah.
you got TV pundits and everyone that's pretty much going to be outraged about no matter what position someone takes in regards to saying like, hey, the game is safe enough, so there's really nothing else we can do unless y'all want to do tag or flag football. But there's really nothing you can do. I mean, these heavy hits, these big hits are going to happen. I mean, someone like Brandon Merriweather, even though he was one of those type of players, he just didn't give a fuck. He would literally
He tried to
target.
knock. Right.
He'll
He
try to
knocked
knock
your
you
dick
out
in
the
the dirt.
game. Right.
Yeah, he did. He was that type of player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got those few that no matter what the rules say, they're gonna go rogue and do anything that they want on the field. So, but
So
Man,
so
and it's
so
to put
football
fear. It
makes
ain't
it
like it's to
football
put
makes
fear
it
in
fair to kill
everybody.
people, is what you're saying.
no, I don't think he's trying to kill people. I just think that
I'm saying if you notice
he
this
just had
much
a
risk
reckless
involved,
he had a reckless disregard of that other person's safety.
Yeah.
But he
exactly, he
doesn't want
makes
to
it
kill
okay.
them.
The field makes it okay to kill people. It just keep it. It is what it is, man. If you know you can get away
Everybody
with
know that. Everybody
knocking the
know
shit out of
either way.
somebody
Right.
and
They trying to
accidentally
make it
knocking
safe.
the shit out of somebody's head or whatever it is and disable them permanently, it's okay because you playing football.
Now, this is my biggest beef with former players that's like now TV pundits, right? So it's this whole cliche: you're one play away from possibly down on the field. You're one play away from possibly ending your career. So
That's
we saw that
true.
play out Monday night, and like now everyone's act like oh my God. I mean, how could this happen? Of course it can happen. And that particular hit, it was just a routine tackle. I
Yeah, it
think he
was.
just had some type of precondition which resulted in that happening. As far
No,
as the actual tackle per se, I don't think the tackle caused that.
well,
I think it was
they
just
said
him.
that the shock from the impact forced his heart to stop.
Yeah, that because he
So
did lead with his helmet. T. Higgins led with his helmet, but I mean, but that shit happened. G. That's why
yeah,
I hear
Yeah,
people
weak
out there.
heart.
If anybody that was in shock is like, "Kai, come on." I mean, slow the fuck down. Nigga. It's football at the end of the day, G. You know what it is, and that I just hate people that keep doing that type of shit. Like, oh my god, that dude, it's football. I
now
mean,
yeah
I'm glad he okay, but nigga, it's football. You know what can happen.
But I
now
mean, they got to sell the program, so got to be overreacting and everything.
now I made the argument when I was at the sports bar. I had a couple of coworkers with me, and one of them played college football at Wisconsin. So I mean, he's pretty much closer to being an NFL player than I will ever be. But my argument, as far as why this outrage, is because you got. I know this is gonna sound sexist, but you got women infiltrating the whole sports talk circuit. So when you see these former players in these panels talking that the way that they're talking, it's like they're catering their responses to how the woman's gonna feel.
No, that's happening.
Of course, like look at
I mean, the women
look at
watch
look at
football too.
yeah, but do they consume the sports talk content like men do? I don't think so. they go
Yeah,
to the games
absolutely.
because their men are going to the games. You
No,
got
it's women. It's with some diehard lady football fans, Rob. Come on
It
now, God.
really is. The times
oh,
have changed.
It's women
no,
that know football better than you do, whether you like it or not. It's
of,
like, and
of course
half
it is.
and half these women that work on these stations love football. They not just doing it to be a pretty face on the screen. They love the sport.
It's okay
It's
as
not
far
limited.
as
It's not limited to just that perception of women, dude. It's the media in general knows what to target in order to make the show more popular. That's just the network doing that. There's somebody behind the scenes saying, "Oh, you need to jump on that." That's all that is. Don't
so
nobody really care that much.
so basically these networks are becoming more woke, and they're just virtue signaling and getting more women just to check the boxes. Is that what you're saying, or they really feel as
Absolutely.
though that? Oh, okay, all right, then we're on the same page then. But I'm just calling it out.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, it's not a natural reaction. It's a forced reaction. You're saying it's natural. I'm not saying it's natural. I don't blame women for it. I blame the network. The network is egging people's emotions on this way. They're finding people's triggers and using that to draw people in to continue to watch. They're telling people behind the scenes, okay, what's the one light skinned chick that everybody got super beef with now? I can't think of her name, but she been going back and forth with Steve, with
Malika Andrews.
yeah, Malika Andrews. Like
Yeah, that's a perfect
her PO
example.
person is the one doing all that. It ain't natural for her to do what she doing. It's more natural for her to shut up and sit in the background than it is for her to do the stuff that she's doing. So it's definitely somebody, a PR person saying, okay, people are seeing you, they're reacting to you. Keep doing this, keep doing that. She ain't come up there herself.
I won't say that she's unqualified for a
No, I'm
position.
not saying
I'm
she
sure.
unqualified at all.
I'm
I'm saying is her normal. If she was in a group with her friends off television,
okay.
she probably wouldn't be having the conversation she's having. That's what I'm saying. They
Okay.
wouldn't have all
Okay.
started from her. Somebody caught it. You know, she may have had one reaction and they got this attention. So somebody came to her and said, "Well, you got this attention for doing this. Keep doing this, or do that, or do this." So somebody's triggering these people to act the way that they act. They're not natural actors on television who know what to do, you know, when a scene comes up, who's going to improvise off a scene like that. So it's somebody that's triggering them because they know that it triggers the audience. These people not like that in real life, man.
I
I think
mean,
some of them got
yeah.
their strong passion for certain shit though. It depends on the conversation. I believe to an extent what you're saying though, Phil. But it's when it comes to certain situations, I think somebody feel like I made it this far to get on this platform, so I can say how I feel about certain situations too.
Yeah.
And
So
then that's when I kind of agree with Mister. I think like when women press their opinion about certain shit, the men in the place feel like, well, I don't want to ruffle no feathers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with both of y'all. And I like the whole situation. I think it's got its ups and downs on a lot of shit, but I really
yeah.
feel like I mean I kind of feel like they kind of the women kind of got the men so they can't sometimes with their arm behind their back. I say
Yeah,
they
I agree with
sometimes
that.
they can't say a lot of shit. And then like Mr. Y'all was saying, I mean these networks are woke, so you don't want to push the female people away. You know what I'm saying? They watching TV, they buying tickets. You don't want to push them away, but they have you know that's why people always say we should have a woman president. And I hate I'm trying to sound like Mister, but it's like their emotions are different from ours, or we understand about this football shit. Like Mr. was, I'm not saying we know more than certain women, but we understand you gonna get hurt. You gonna get fucked up, or in basketball, this shit gonna happen. That's gonna happen. I mean, when they come, and then when the woman come, you know what I'm saying, and have their point of view. You know, you don't want to just be like, man, fuck that shit. You a girl, you don't know what you're talking about. You want no, honestly, you want to be like, yeah, I understand. You right. So it's like we got our hand behind our back, even if we don't really, or maybe 95% know that we're right. You know what I'm saying? You want to give her play and make it feel like they got something. You know what I'm saying?
The average female journalist, she got to have a passion in the sport that she's covering. but I'm talking about as far as the average female fan. I don't think the average female fan would have more passion in their team sport versus a male. I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to be sexist and saying that out loud. I mean, it's just true because can 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 a female sports fan break down who is the number two or number three person on the depth chart in a
They
position
probably
in
could. Some women can. I'm not gonna say all women.
some probably can, but I'm saying in general between men and female, more than likely, diehard sports men can like probably name pretty much the whole team versus a diehard
I mean, yeah,
female
I think it's
fan.
like 70-30. Like
Oh,
men would, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'll
Or
take
80,
that.
yeah,
I'll take that.
75-25. I'll give you that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we
I
know
mean,
more.
men and women got different interests, and as far as the female sports fan, yeah, she could probably name you the starting quarterback, the starting running back, the starting wide receiver. Beyond that, she don't know the defensive end, defensive tackle, the outside linebacker, inside linebacker, free safety, strong safety. She don't know none of that for the most part.
That's
I
why
would
I say
argue to say
maybe.
that most average fans don't know that though.
No, I'm saying diehard men fans versus diehard women
Yeah, I would
fans.
say anybody that's committed to a sport and considers
But that's
themselves a
what you said. You
diehard
gotta be
fan is
committed.
going to
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to
They
go that
probably
deep
they
in the
might
chart.
know. Like I know some women that probably can name you some players on the Bears that I don't know if they're really die hard. So like I said, that's what.
Well,
But
you're
like
not a
I said,
Bears
And you got
fan.
to think too, Rob. Women
right. But
typically attach
it's like the
themselves to
twenty
different
five
things.
percent.
Yeah, but
Right,
Eric,
but
you're not a Bears fan. You're a Patriots fan.
right, but it's like that's what I'm saying. Like a 25%. That's what I'm saying. Maybe 25 to 30% of women really could name you everybody out there.
Okay, I'll take that. That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still understand. Like I said, like 70% of. I mean, we would know more. We probably could name everybody on that basketball team quicker than she could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same thing with football. But I'm not gonna take that away. You know, I don't. Like I said, I try. I try. I hate to say I'm more with the masses right now, but I rather her let us say her piece and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying?
But
Mm-hmm.
I
Instead of
mean,
just be
you
like,
gotta
motherfucker,
have a you
you don't
gotta
know what
have
the
a
fuck you
female
talking about.
opinion. You gotta have a female opinion in everything
Just
that
cause,
in
right?
media.
Just cause
Why?
females watching all
Why?
this, because females are watching this
Why?
shit.
Why? Yes.
Why? Because
I'm just
females
curious.
consume the sport.
Mister,
Not at the same level though.
If either
As
they
Mister,
far
consume
as
it, look,
you
as
got
mister,
far
doing
as
mister,
verse and
either they
all that.
consume it on the front end or they consume it on the back end.
as far as sports
Either
talk
they at
radio,
home cooking for their husband that's watching football, or they fans themselves. Either way, they consuming the
Exactly.
sport.
I'm talking about sports talk circuit.
Yeah.
So you saying women should be allowed on ESPN and they don't know what the fuck they talking about?
When you watch ESPN First Take,
Just ask the question. No, we not.
okay,
I,
re-ask the question.
the,
Most of the women are mediators anyway. They're not there to argue.
right, but for the most part, the women that's
Shit, have you
there,
been watching
they
First
don't
Take?
know.
I haven't
We not
watched
just
First Take
because the
lately.
first take ain't the only show out there. We not gonna just clown
But
Molly.
but they on
But
top
I'm
of the
just
hill
saying.
though.
But right, we not gonna clown Molly. Molly don't know what the fuck she talking about. She don't
Okay,
never know what she talking about. I'm asking.
she has some knowledge, but as far as her constantly trying to assert herself in a conversation when it comes to, let's just say, for example, Stephen A. and Michael Irvin. After the Cowboys win, that Monday when they have their little segment talking about the Cowboys, that is like must see TV just to see Stephen A. and Michael Irvin go at it. I mean, it is great chemistry, but
It is.
she always trying to assert herself into the conversation. She just fucking up the whole flow.
That
That's all I'm
that's how
saying.
Yeah,
you
but
feel.
she,
That's
like
how
I
you
said, she's
feel, Rob.
moderator. She's supposed to be the
That's how you
moderator.
feel, Rob.
Right?
But
She's
she's
trying to
only
be. She's trying to debate as well instead of being the
she want her
moderator.
screen time. She
No,
want
she
to
was
acquire some
right.
importance in the field, bruh. She
Jesus
don't want to just
Christ,
sit up there
no.
looking like. Look, it looked worse for her to sit up there and not say nothing
It
than it
looked
does
very
for her
worse
to
for her not
interject.
to open her
No, if
motherfucking
she just
mouth.
sitting there, then
She
that
looks
works for
stupid if
me.
she
Come
just
on,
sitting there.
y'all.
No, she's eye candy to me. I want her to just
Yeah,
Dude,
sit
but
to
then
there.
now you
you,
straight up on some
that's
sexist.
sexist. That's sexist as fuck, man. You can't say that.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
No, it's sexist, Robert, whether you like it or not. Right now, you got a lawsuit on your hands if you said that.
I mean,
You
dude,
have Robert. You have a lawsuit on your hands now.
just be.
Everybody watches and wonders what the person that's not saying something has to say.
So and
I mean,
that's
listen,
totally
fellas. Me sitting on
no.
my couch gazing over Molly, it's not gonna cost me any money. versus me
No,
going to the strip club, gazing over whoever's dancing on the stage. That's going to cost me money, especially if I got some liquor in my system. That's going to cost me money. So
I
which one is
understand that.
better? Which
No,
one?
no,
Which one's going to save me money? Would I rather just sit on the couch and gaze over Molly? Yeah, I'd rather do that instead of being
but
at the strip club.
I'd rather for being at
So
a
you
strip
are you
club. Wait. I
suggesting
gotta
Molly's
say
a
this with
stripper now?
Phil. No, Phil. Let me go this with this nigga.
So you trying to
I'd
gaslight?
rather. Yeah, he is. But look, But look, you talking about that, Rob? I'd rather
Well,
be
first
in
of
the
all,
strip
I
for the
cannot see
money.
you. I can't see you.
I'm making a move. I'm doing. I'm gonna do some stuff in the kitchen right quick.
All right.
The point is, hey, you can hear me though, can't you?
Yeah,
Goddamn.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Molly, I'd rather to listen to Molly talk about sports though than to have a stripper try to talk to me while we at a strip club. But all I want you to do is to shut up and dance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather watch Molly on TV and have some opinion, and then hit me with something that maybe I didn't know. That even if a producer said it in her goddamn ear, I'd rather hear her talk about some shit about sports than have a stripper tell me something when I'm spending my money just to see you dance and shut the hell up.
I'm not expecting a stripper to like talk about the cover two with the Bears when I'm getting my entertainment on. I'm not expecting that.
Right. But
But
I'm expecting Molly to know who the fucking player is, and for her to go through that shit. Yes, I am.
right, there's a time and a place for everything. I mean, sometimes she has a little monologues, and I'm good with that. But when it comes to Stephen A. and Magdal Russo debating a topic, or Stephen A. And JJ Redick, or Stephen A. and Michael Irvin, when they're going at it, I don't want her to try to join the debate. She's the moderator. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if she a moderator, then she's supposed to moderate.
Right.
But but at the same
Thank
time,
you.
if you're gonna be on TV, you look. It makes you look inferior if you have nothing to offer to the conversation.
Exactly. Besides your looks.
I'm
And that's
sure.
somebody who is being regarded as media, as having a media presence and some notoriety and gaining some, some traction as far as celebrityism. You're not going to sit up there between two people arguing, getting all this attention, and you not get some of it. I would think less of her if she didn't say anything.
Thank you. You'd be like, you just up there just to be cute, right?
Right.
That's my
That's
whole
not what
thing.
Mister,
That's
that's
my
not
thing.
what that's not what she's there for, my mister.
Why not have a male moderator? The reason why she's there is for the sex appeal. Why you
No,
think
the
Fox
reason why
News
she's there is
hire
because
blue-eyed
mister,
blondies?
the reason why she's there is because more women are coming over to the sport and they want to see themselves represented in the sport. And that's the only way they're going to see it, Rob. Where else can they see it?
That's great. Phil, what you said was excellent. You can't even get no better. That's exactly why she's there. She's not there for eye candy, mister. She's just having to look good.
She wouldn't be on TV if she didn't look good.
Right, but I mean, she started off on NFL Network.
Right.
She was talking to football. She had her own segments and shit like that. She knew what the fuck she was talking about. This woman, Cynthia Freeland on NFL Network. Mister, you don't know more than she knows about football. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, you don't know more than Cynthia Freeland on football about football.
I can guarantee you, networks, producers, directors are screaming for women to come into this industry because now it takes an entire population that's passion. Right there, because it takes an entire, now it opens up the demographic to an entire population that's sitting on the sidelines.
I mean, are they doing that because there's more demand for women, or are they just trying to check out boxes because they trying to fill some affirmative action quotas?
No, because they're going to make more money.
I'm saying it's one or the other.
It's not. It's because they're going to make more money.
Mister, you're really hard today.
I'm not.
It's not about checking.
I'd rather do these podcasts in the evening because Mister has a cold heart when he wakes up in the morning. I see that right now.
He's just talking shit.
Now I'm fucking with him, but god damn.
So you mean to tell me, Rob, if you selling football to 100% of men and 100% of women is not buying nothing, you not gonna try to figure out a way to get women to buy football? It's money.
Yes.
Nobody has any feelings when it comes to business. They just want more money. That's all it is.
Yes, that is a segment that is untapped. Yes, I want to maximize my bottom line. I totally get that.
No,
but
you still in the 1980s on your TV show, and I'll get women like Jamil Hill, other women that's putting up, even if they stirring the pot I'm bringing more watchers over here because I got women doing it. You just want to all man mediate all this. You still in the stone age when it comes to that thing.
So if I have 100 diehard males that's engaging into my content, and then I start hiring women, I may alienate 25% of my diehard 100 males just to kind of.
But you gonna open the floodgates for 100% of women.
100% of women.
But
so you gonna lose 20%, gain 100.
You will never get 100% of women. You will never.
All you gotta do is gain 25.
You'll make up for that 20% of the meal that you losing.
Yeah.
20. Okay, so 20%
you just said you lost 20% of the men.
Okay.
Because you brought women on the show. But now you brought 45 to 50% of women in, and that's going to gradually increase.
But those 20% of men, you will have more buying power from those 20% of men versus your 50% of women.
But that's the short game, though, Rob.
Men buy the tickets. Men buy the sports packages. Men buy the apparel.
Okay, but that's the content. But that's the short game, Rob. That's the short game. If I lose 20% and I gain 20% of women, what them 20% of women gonna bring back to the sport?
Not the same 20%. Not the same.
All them 20% that left, go see them women now in the sport, and they gonna come running back.
So the men just want
men don't need women to watch football.
They don't, but they sure like to see them there, don't they?
It's more appealing, like you said, it's the looks. So you done lost that 20%. I got 30% of women going now. Now, of course, men, when they see a woman that's into football and really into football, that's the number one fucking attraction in the world. Now with this woman, she more into it as well. Now
you know what's annoying? Do you know what annoys me?
What?
When we have Super Bowl parties in which it's really not diehard sports fans watching Super Bowls. You got the diehard men and you got the very, very, very casual women in your Super Bowl parties and they're just talking about any other thing other than the game. I mean, like, it's like, to me, that is so annoying because I want to focus on the game. I want to focus on the commercials, but you got all these other conversations going, just fucking up my flow. I mean, that's just how I feel.
Let me ask you this, Rob. Let me ask you this. You go to, let's say you go to the Super Bowl. When you go to the Super Bowl by yourself, do you want to see
the Super Bowl? It's just a corporate event.
Let me finish.
It's just a corporate event. That's all it is.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Rob.
Let me finish. If you go to the Super Bowl,
I'm not going by myself.
Let's say any football game.
Okay.
Any football game.
All right.
During any course of the year.
Okay.
Do you want to be in a stadium with 100% men?
Yeah, because
you walk in the stadium, there's nothing but men in there.
How you feel about that? I'm watching football.
How do you feel about that?
I'm watching football.
So you mean to tell me that game doesn't become better when it's 30% women in there?
When you get your cheerleaders out there, when you got
Dude, if I want to see women, I can see the cheerleaders.
No. You ain't answered my question yet.
Okay,
Does that make the experience better? When you know you can watch this game with the sports you love, and then look over there and see that there.
Why am I looking over there where I should?
No. Come on, in between plays at halftime. Come on, Rob.
Okay,
you mean to tell me you would be perfectly fine going to a stadium full of hard legs?
So
that's concerning.
If the attendance was like 100% men, I probably wouldn't even notice that. Like, there's no women. I probably wouldn't notice. First of all, I am shit-faced at the game. So I am focused on the football game.
So you would actually be
if you shit-faced at Phil, if you shit-faced at the game, you ain't looking at no other bitches.
Motherfucker, listen, Eric, when we tailgated for the Bears-Patriots game, nigga, you was asleep from like the first quarter to the third quarter.
I don't even remember that fucking game, but that was one. I done been to other games where I didn't get shit faced. That was just one game I got shit.
That was the tailgate. We tailgated from 7 in the morning up until noon.
Right.
So yeah, we were all shit faced. All right.
Right. But I still was looking at the women that was even at the fucking while we was tailgating.
Okay, so what percentage of women are like worth looking at?
If you shit face, first of all, if you shit face, it don't matter what the woman look like.
Exactly.
If you shit face and there's 10 girls in the stadium full of
Yeah, but
100,000 men. I
here's the
guarantee
kicker.
you,
Here's the
come
kicker.
third quarter, everybody in that stadium is looking at them 10 women.
No,
ain't nobody watching
the kicker.
football game.
Here's the kicker. There's lighting around. It's different when you're shit faced in like a little dark, nightclub.
No,
that's different.
No, it ain't.
But
you got standards
like,
all of a sudden. That's all.
But once the lights come on, you're like, damn, okay.
Gee, I've been with my wife for 10 years. Gee, she watched football now. Like literally, we was watching the game Monday when the dude got hurt and she was fucked up. Like she didn't know shit about football.
Oh, so she was just as concerned as you.
Hell yeah. She might have been more concerned because she was like, he not getting up.
Where's your wife right now?
She in the bed. She sleep. We had a long night last night.
Does she know his name right now?
I swear she know his name. I mean, who don't know his name? She didn't know his name before he got hurt. I guarantee you that. She did.
I guarantee a whole lot.
And I bet you she know like you said, she probably just know the quarterback, the receivers, and the running back. Maybe the tight end or something.
Did she donate to his charity?
This ain't got shit to do with women. First
of all, them donations is going towards children. Ain't got nothing to do with him.
Oh no! It's for the charity because
it's for the Christmas charity. Yeah,
right. His goal don't pass.
You know what? That charity is a good. It's a good story because he only had a goal of $2,500 and he got around $8 million. So yeah, something good at least came out of that.
Something great came out of it.
Yeah, and then, I need to know where they dispensing that $8 million.
Hey Eric, as a matter of fact, from my 10% winnings, I want that to go towards the charity.
I'm gonna tell Mark that too. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm like, he said in order to split it, he would like you to donate 10%.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell him that.
Niggas, boy.
You can't let it. The worst thing you can do is put an idea in a nigga head.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. Put an idea in the head.
Oh man. I mean, knowing that Hamlet is fine now, it's good to even laugh about this. So I'm happy about that.
They got him on injury reserve this morning.
Hey.
Yeah.
I see you. Yeah. Hey, because guess what? If it wasn't, we'd be on this motherfucker saying, motherfucker, like, damn. Hey, the only thing we can say then is, well, everybody knew they was one play away. Because I mean, that's the truth, y'all.
That's right. Everyone says it year in, year out.
Yeah,
so everybody says that everybody knows it. Why is this sport still what it is?
You know what I used to hear back in the day? And it's the old Mr. type people. It's because one day it could happen.
That's what makes it more entertaining.
And people, it brings that fear, like that intense. Some people look for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, a dance, a 40, 50-yard touchdown with the guy dancing and doing flips is beautiful. When a nigga get hit coming across that middle, that wakes up everybody, and he get hit, that wake up a whole fucking room, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, a touchdown, beautiful, some nice, very standard runs, but like, hey, Willis McGahee, what's the name?
Ryan Clark
hitting Willis McGahee. He hit the nigga so hard, both their mouthpieces went separate ways.
And his hands stiffen up.
Right. Shit. Remember Algie Crumpler? We said he got hit so hard he shitted on himself. I can't remember the hit, but I remember him getting hit that fucking hard.
I think that was against Philly too.
Yeah. Shit.
Brian Dawkins. I think Brian Dawkins hit him.
Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins hit Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was crawling.
Yeah, he was crawling. Yeah.
He was fucking crawling on the ground. Like,
so we really watching football to see if that's gonna happen then.
No.
We don't want that.
A part of us. It is. We is. It's gladiator
one.
mentality, man. It's a gladiator's game.
Yeah, it's a gladiator's game. And we still know the old gladiators, that was the only way you was getting the fuck up out of that. But we know it's like, look, it's about that much, y'all, that nigga, we know it can happen. But the thing is with us, and I hate to agree with Mister, we done got so sissified with a lot of shit, men in general, that even when he got hurt and we saw that, was like, oh shit, we got hurt.
We all look for flags from any big hit, even if it was a legal big hit. We all look for the
We looking
flag.
for a flag,
Right.
and that's why I said the old football wouldn't. Ronnie Lott broke his finger and he just had it cut off on the field. He had him snipe it off, and if he finished playing football, that's a true story, dude.
Ronnie Lott couldn't even do that today. He couldn't do it today.
Well, I mean, how stupid was that, though? I mean, really.
And shit was broke. He was gonna be out the game. They love the game, and I believe these players love the game.
Stupidity to me. I'm sorry, bro.
But no,
I can't be committed to nothing to sacrifice my body and my family. That's it.
The 80s. But that's you. These niggas know they sacrificing their body. Jerome Bettis can't go up the stairs right now. Everything he got to do is got to be on like a first floor thing. He can't walk up and down stairs no more.
They did this for their families.
They know they sacrifice. They did it for their families. They sacrificing their body.
They did that for ego, man.
A lot of these guys. A lot of these guys
putting food on the table.
Yeah, you don't think they couldn't have? You don't think they couldn't have gotten food on the table without risking their life? Come on, man.
Yeah, but
dude,
football.
Some of them players say that's all they fucking know. If they didn't want playing football, they don't know what the fuck they be doing.
I get
because
it.
that's
football was just an avenue. That's all it was.
That was their number one job, and they playing.
So is that the ultimate reality, or is that a trained mentality though?
It's just a choice. Everyone
it's not.
Has
it's
a choice.
A trained mentality.
It's a choice.
People in let's say in football, we all pretty much know how it go. Somebody was broke and poor, and they ain't see no other way. They got talent, started playing football, made it big in the NFL.
This is true though.
That's just the general story, right?
Right.
Was that the only option they could have took? No.
That was the.
It's the one that
it was the perceived.
That was the opportunity. That was the
lucrative.
It was the opportunity.
No, it wasn't. That's what they're. Look, black people conditioned to think sports, music. That's it, bro. That's conditioning.
It's an opportunity.
It's a conditioning. Just accept
if you had the chance to
look.
If you had the chance to
okay,
go to
white people are conditioned to think. White people conditioned to think doctor, lawyer. True or false?
Right. It's culture.
It's
I get it. It's culture.
But you gonna tell me if you had the time to be in the NFL, you wouldn't do it, right? Because you don't want to fuck up your body and damage. You wouldn't went to the NFL,
right? No, I ain't saying that. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, if I did go to the NFL and I got into a situation where I needed to make a decision about my body, I'm not going to pick the NFL. They picked the NFL after they was already in it. I'm not going to do that. If you talking about a finger getting cut off in the game, what did he gain by continuing to play that game? Win or lose?
He wanted to win.
He won. Then what?
He wanted to win.
His finger ain't gonna come back after he win.
Yeah, winning is everything to these guys.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
sacrifice.
It's conditioning, bro.
Right, but when you're not conditioned to be a football player, you're not conditioned to win like that. You're not.
Right.
I know I'm not. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But see, that's just the thing.
That talent, but if you had that talent,
it's a different story, Phil. If you had it'd be a different story.
You know, them dudes be fucked up playing. You like, why he all tired? Because he don't want the next person to take his spot. Because I
understand we're operating at the highest level. I understand that. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about operating and competing at the highest level. You condition. Either way it go, you're conditioned to feel like nobody else can ever be better than you, and therefore you're willing to risk everything in any situation. You know what else that's called? You know what else that's called?
What?
That's called being psychotic. That's the exact same thing.
Well, honestly, Phil, you got to have a little crazy in you just to even endure like the whole journey to even make it to the NFL. It takes some level of crazy.
That same mentality is what police have all over this country right now.
Well, that's a different argument, man. I mean, you just bringing in all types of stuff.
you off the wall. But like you said, I give him that. You gotta have that. But if you got that talent, motherfucker, the nigga died on the field. They gave him CPR. He wakes up. First thing he writes down: did we win the game? While
That's
everybody in this motherfucking world is worried about that man's life. 24-year-old with talent out this world that made it to the NFL. When he came through, the first thing he was able to write was, "Did we win the fucking game?"
And I made that argument Monday night. I was like,
So
you know
did.
what? I was like, as soon as he wakes up,
He
that's the
gonna worry
first
about the
thing.
game.
That's the first thing he's
Yeah,
gonna
he
ask.
said that shit. He
Right,
said,
I said that.
Because he's not gonna know how serious the shit was that happened to him.
Of course he didn't know. He was unconscious. Of course
Yeah, he
didn't
don't know.
He
don't know what happened. He
went
just
wrong.
know he woke up.
The nigga was dead on the field and woke up and said, "Did we win the game?" And you talk about,
And I can respect him for that.
but it feel like I couldn't do
absolutely
that. That's
crazy,
all
bro.
he fucking know.
I get it. I understand that that's all he know, but I also
That's all he
understand
fucking know.
it comes from way before that. But I mean,
the
like
doctor
I said,
said the doctor said he gonna have a full recovery.
he should.
They like, well, yeah.
So the question is, will the team doctors, any team doctor, clear him to play football? Because people are afraid of that Reggie Lewis situation, which he was cleared to play again, then he died in practice.
Yep.
Right.
You know? So
right.
That's another thing.
Everybody saw him fall on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he said he okay. And like I will say this, Phil. It's crazy how they want to break fingers off and stuff like that. That's the thing the NFL working on next year. They said they got to save these players from themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the main goal. That's their main goal. They will keep fucking playing with motherfucker with a messed up ACL.
But see, that's the thing though. When you work in an organization where you feel like at any minute you could get cut off, you're going to be conditioned to do whatever's necessary to keep going. Right. That's the part that's the problem.
I mean, I don't want to give the NFL that much credit for that. I mean, they are protecting their investments. They're not protecting the players per se. They're protecting the investment.
They got money.
That's why.
They got money.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, like, I want to play now, nigga. You got a 3-year contract. We got you signed for 3 years, nigga. You ain't. Justin Fields want to play football probably today. They're like, no, nigga.
I mean, honestly, I like that he's saying it because I don't want him to get hurt and then him trying to, at least in these next few months, try to rehab a nagging injury. I'd rather him just go into the offseason healthy so that way whenever they have OTAs, he could just start from scratch.
Right there, start from scratch and just build up.
But do you think that the team is thinking the same way you thinking?
Yeah, that's why they bitch.
So. I don't think the team thinking that. I think the team thinking, okay, I'm not going to put him on the field for him to get hurt worse so he has no trade value. That's the only thing they think.
No, they not
either he come back and play well or he come back and get traded. He can't do neither one of those if he's not healthy.
Phil, they're not trading him.
Yeah, they're not going to. He is.
Who didn't this happen? This happened before, well, at least a dozen times where we thought people wouldn't get traded.
No, but as far as him, no. He played so well in the second half of the year with no talent. So imagine once we do get some better pieces, at least in these next couple of years, then we could kind of see where his ceiling is. But he played pretty well. I mean, he's not going nowhere.
Y'all be going for the okie doke so much with these football players. I swear y'all thought Rex Grossman was the best quarterback.
No one said that.
No
one said that. We had a nickname for him. Good Rex, bad Rex.
Good Rex, right, nigga.
Y'all thought Rex Grossman was fired. Y'all thought that Kurt, what's his name? What was not the last Bears coach, but not coach, but quarterback that went to Miami.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, y'all thought Jay Cutler was the guy. Come on, man.
I mean, honestly, he was
probably. I thought Tom Brady was the best player in the world. I hit on that one.
You know what? Jay was the most talented Bears quarterback we ever had prior to Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Most talented.
I mean, the Bears can't afford to trade nobody. Don't nobody want to come play it no more.
I mean, honestly, once we get that Dome Stadium in Arlington Heights, and then we're going to get some better free agents coming to Chicago within the next couple of years.
Well, yeah, you think they move because they running from the violence in the city?
Oh, no. It's because Chicago wants to host a Super Bowl, and by us having like a brand new stadium, like a Dome Stadium, that's going to like allow us to host Super Bowls. It's going to allow us to host like college championship bowl games and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's all about economics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and plus, like the Bears are like a mom and pop franchise, so
Yeah.
the Bears got to get up to speed in regards to the 21st century. So
Well,
I ain't gonna shy
Damn.
Green Bay.
I hope they're
It's
gonna
it's
do something with y'all expressways out there, because man, there's gonna be a mess for people traveling trying to get to something like that.
I mean
Well,
it's our
they just fixed the 290. They just fixed the interchange to 290. This
yeah
finally fixed.
yeah that's finally open, but
That's
still
finally open. Yeah.
even going in and out of Soldier Field is still a hassle. But going to Arlington Heights, in which they're gonna be more hotels, maybe people will be like emboldened to like even stay out there, and so that it won't be so much traffic going in and out. But I mean, if I was to go to a
But
Bears game, I'm gonna make it to like a whole day event. So I want to go to the game, possibly get a room, so that way I could go straight to the room and tailgate and just turn it to like a whole event. So
no, I mean it's
that's
great
that's
for
how I'm gonna do
economics,
it.
like you said. It's just
Yeah.
I feel like just being other places like Chicago just don't support a lot of movement. It's just terrible, man. It's terrible traffic. It's terrible getting around. And like all those people that do decide to come to Chicago for a Super Bowl, they not gonna stay in Arlington Heights the whole time they there. So now they're gonna have to find a way into the city, and I don't know. It just looked like a mess to me when I think about it.
I mean, Glendale is what 40 minutes away from Phoenix. Glendale
40,
always.
40 minutes away from Phoenix is like 8 hours in Chicago.
I mean, it's
It's a
not it's
big
not that bad.
I mean, there's
It's not that
literally
bad.
a loop expressway that takes you around every city. I mean, through all of the major cities in the area. So it's different. It's a
I
lot
mean,
different.
like every Super Bowl host city, like their stadium is not inside their actual city. Like
No, I know that. I
even
know that.
Miami, like their stadium is in, I believe, Coral Gables. So that's outside of Miami, outside of South Beach.
Right, right, right.
So that's not
Yeah.
preventing teams from like, well, people from going to Super Bowl, so that way they can enjoy the actual city. I mean, New York hosted a Super Bowl back when the Broncos and the Seahawks played, and that stadium is in New Jersey. But I'm
Right.
sure everybody kicked it in New York, in Manhattan.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't saying it can't be done. Obviously, it's gonna be done. It's just um yeah, it's to be seen and observed. I just think Chicago's so slow to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like from a travel perspective, like that. They're just so slow to do stuff. But I mean, y'all been in perpetual construction since 1979. There's always something wrong with the expressways in Chicago. I mean, it's a lot different. So.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's what I said, and that's what I was saying. You right about that. You know what I'm saying? Um, now I gotta excuse me for 1 second, y'all.
Hey, man,
Your
we're
screen
gonna end
been
the
black
stream.
for a while.
Yeah, we're
Huh?
gonna end the stream from here because our game's about to come on. I just wanted to get your brothers on real quick since we have a chopped up in a minute. So, but yeah, man, I'm
For
off for
sure.
the next few Sundays, so definitely get it in
You gonna
again
be out
next
Super
week.
Bowl Sunday, Mister?
You know what? That schedule hasn't came out yet, but I'm likely gonna be off, hopefully. But if I happen to have a swing shift, I'm gonna try to get out of it and work a day shift if I can.
I should be back in Chicago sometime. When's the Super Bowl? That's around Valentine's Day, right?
It's the it's
Yeah,
the, it's the
the week.
12th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
well, no,
yeah.
I should be back in Chicago probably the end of January, beginning of February. So I'll let y'all know when I get the detail.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds good.
let us know, nigga.
All right,
All right,
y'all. Cornerstone
all right, my
Podcast
niggas.
or
Like
the
that.
impromptu stream. We're talking about a little football, whatever. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share the content, and we'll see y'all again real soon.
All right, boy.
What up?
Get your with
Peace.
y'all niggas.
All right.
Shout
One.
out
Oh.
to